I never thought I'd be one of those people posting their personal drama on Reddit, but here I am, desperate for advice or maybe just a place to vent. This nightmare started 3 weeks ago when I received an official-looking letter demanding child support payments for a kid I'm 100% certain isn't mine. Sarah and I dated for about 2 years before breaking up 4 years ago. It wasn't particularly amicable. I caught her cheating with a coworker. We went no contact immediately after, which was fine by me. I moved to a different city, got a new job, and honestly thought that chapter of my life was closed for good. Fast forward to present day. I'm doing well, dating someone new, Melissa, who's honestly amazing, and then BM, certified mail from the county court with Sarah's name all over it. Apparently, she's claiming I'm the father of her 3-year-old son and demanding back child support plus ongoing payments. 3-year-old. Quick math tells you that this kid would have been conceived after we broke up. I haven't seen or spoken to Sarah since our breakup 4 years ago, let alone been intimate with her. It's physically impossible for me to be this child's father. My first reaction was to laugh it off as some kind of ridiculous mistake, but then my second reaction was pure panic. I called a lawyer friend who specializes in family law, and she explained that while this is clearly absurd, I need to take it seriously. Ignoring it could result in a default judgment against me, potentially garnished wages, and a legal nightmare that could drag on for years. The paperwork included a court date for next month. Sarah is requesting over $1,200 monthly in child support, plus nearly $45,000 in back support, claiming I abandoned them both. There's also a blurry photo of a toddler attached who, I have to say, looks absolutely nothing like me. The kid has bright red hair. Neither Sarah nor I have red hair anywhere in our families. I've since learned that Sarah's relationship with the coworker didn't last. According to mutual friends, she's been a single mom struggling financially. I feel bad for her situation, but targeting me as some kind of financial solution is beyond wrong. Melissa was understandably shocked when I told her. How can she even file this without proof? She asked. Good question. Apparently, in our state, anyone can make an initial claim, and then the court orders DNA testing to confirm. The system assumes people won't make false claims, but here we are. My lawyer says we'll demand an immediate paternity test and then countersue for legal fees and possibly defamation. But even with a clear path forward, I'm lying awake at night, furious and anxious. My reputation is on the line. What if people at work find out? What if Melissa's family hears about this and thinks I'm some deadbeat dad before the test results clear my name? The weeks leading up to the court date were some of the most stressful of my life. I couldn't focus at work, and the constant worry was affecting my relationship with Melissa. Despite her reassurances that she believed me, I could tell this unexpected drama was putting a strain on what had been a drama-free relationship. I tried contacting Sarah directly, hoping to resolve this without the courts. I sent a carefully worded email explaining that while I sympathized with her situation, I couldn't possibly be the father, and a paternity test would only confirm this. Her response was chilling. You'll pay one way or another. You owe me. What did that even mean? What could I possibly owe her after all this time? My lawyer advised me to cease all direct communication immediately and documented her threatening message for our case. Through mutual friends, I learned more disturbing details. Apparently, Sarah had been telling people for years that I was the father. She'd created an entire narrative about me abandoning her during pregnancy. Some people she knew actually believed I'd been hiding from my responsibilities all this time. The depth of this lie was staggering. The day before court, I received another bombshell. An anonymous email with screenshots of Sarah's private social media conversations with someone, presumably the actual father, discussing their plan to pin this on me because I was financially stable and too nice to fight back. The messages were dated from over a year ago. I forwarded everything to my lawyer, who was cautiously optimistic but warned me about chain of custody issues with anonymous evidence. Finally, court day arrived. I wore my best suit and tried to project confidence despite feeling like I might throw up. Sarah arrived looking nothing like the woman I remembered, tired, bitter, with none of the vibrant energy that had initially attracted me to her. The little boy was with her mother in the hallway. Seeing him in person confirmed what I already knew. There was no physical resemblance whatsoever. The judge reviewed the initial filing and my response. When my lawyer presented the anonymous email evidence, Sarah's face went pale. She hadn't expected that. Her lawyer requested a private consultation, and they disappeared for 15 minutes. When they returned, Sarah's lawyer requested a dismissal of the case. Just like that, they wanted to walk away. My lawyer objected, requesting the paternity test proceed as scheduled. My client's reputation has been damaged by these false allegations, Your Honor. We need the test results on record to clear his name. The judge agreed, and the test was ordered for the following week. Sarah refused to look at me as she left the courtroom, but I caught her glaring at her phone, presumably wondering who had betrayed her scheme. The paternity test process was quick and clinical. Cheek swabs, paperwork, and a 7-day wait for results that I already knew. When my lawyer called with the official news, 0% probability of paternity, the relief was overwhelming, but so was my anger. This should never have happened in the first place. With the paternity test conclusively proving I wasn't the father, I thought the nightmare would end. I was wrong. What followed was a bizarre aftermath that I never could have anticipated. First came the social fallout. Despite the legal vindication, rumors had already spread among our old mutual friends. Some people still looked at me suspiciously, as if the test results were somehow wrong or I'd manipulated them. Sarah had spent years crafting her victim narrative, and some people were too invested in it to let facts change their minds. I lost friends I'd had for over a decade who simply couldn't admit they'd been duped. Then came Sarah's reaction. Rather than apologize, she doubled down in her own way. She sent a rambling email claiming she'd been genuinely confused about the paternity and thought I was the father in good faith. This was completely contradicted by those screenshots showing her deliberate plan. When I didn't respond, she started posting vague but obviously targeted rants on social media about deadbeat exes and abandonment issues. My lawyer advised me to pursue a defamation case and recoup my legal fees. The evidence was strong, especially those screenshots. But I hesitated. Did I really want to extend this nightmare? Drag it out with more court dates and legal fees? There was also the boy to consider. He was innocent in all this, and a prolonged legal battle would inevitably affect him. Melissa was my rock through all of this. Whatever you decide, I support you, she said. But don't let her walk away from this without consequences just because you're a good person. That's exactly why she targeted you. After much thought, I decided on a middle path. My lawyer sent a formal demand letter requesting reimbursement for my legal fees and testing costs, along with a signed statement admitting the false claim. If Sarah complied, I would not pursue further legal action. If not, we would proceed with the defamation case with all evidence made public through proper legal channels. 2 tense weeks passed before her lawyer responded. Sarah would sign the statement and set up a payment plan for the fees. It wasn't a perfect resolution, but it was something I could live with and move on from. The strangest twist came 3 months later. A man contacted me through social media, the actual father, as it turned out. He had only recently learned about the paternity scheme when he and Sarah briefly reconciled. He was devastated about the time lost with his son and apologized profusely for what I'd been put through. We met for coffee, and his resemblance to the boy was striking. Same red hair, same smile. It's been a year since this ordeal ended. Melissa and I are now engaged, and I've learned valuable lessons about the legal system and human nature. Sarah has moved to another state, and the real father has regular visitation with his son. Sometimes I still wake up angry about what happened, but mostly I'm grateful for the truth prevailing, for Melissa's unwavering support, and for the perspective this bizarre chapter gave me on what truly matters in life.